whenever you're settled, if you want to just give maybe an opening statement, some thoughts, it'd be great. Thanks so much.
Well, obviously very excited to be here in Boston. You felt like we handled business, took care of what we needed to take care of in Omaha. Two very good opponents, and and I thought other than the start of the Moorhead game, I thought we played pretty well. Now it's on to a very, very good Iowa State team. Obviously, the number one defense in college basketball. They do that for a reason. TJ has done just an outstanding job of getting these guys to play so very hard. It's very impressive. As a coach, I watch their team, and I know what they emphasize. I know what they work on. And, you beat the number one seed Houston twice, and that's very, very impressive. Obviously winning the Big 12 tournament, which was the number one rated conference this year. So my hat's off to Iowa State, to TJ, to that group, and they're led by two very, very good guards, very athletic, and a team that, like I said, obviously causes teams a lot of problems scoring. So we'll have to be very good, and excited for the opportunity.
Thank you, Coach. We're going to take one right here in front right.
Built a great culture here at Illinois. Can you just talk to us about just what makes you proud of the culture and just what makes this team so different?
Yeah, I think we've tried to establish a work ethic. We're a program of development. We say all the time we're everyday guys. You see that throughout our building, on our shirts, on our gear. To show up and have to work every single day to get better. To be accountable, to be responsible. That's only done by hard work and by a group of guys that want to put in that time and that want to buy into that. They've set standards for themselves that they want to achieve, not goals, standards. And this group's very mature and handled that. And this group has been as fun a group as I've ever been around. They've added years to my coaching life. I know that. Just simply being along on the ride with them has made it fun, and they've adhered to everything we've tried to do and listened, and that makes it really enjoyable.
Coach, front left here.
Annie Costable from the Chicago Sun-Times. Brad, as more eyes are pulled to your team during this run, do you see any issue with your leading scorer, who is a representation of this team and this university, not being available to the media?
No, that's obviously a very serious situation. We're very well aware of that. I think that there's I think there's communication that he has to have with his legal counsel and so on and so forth to be aware of what's in his best interest in moving forward. So, and we're going to adhere to that. And the university's put out, their statements on those situations, and we're going to adhere to all of that, and we're going to play basketball and do it to the best of our ability and keep trying to win games.
Coach, right here in the middle.
Derek Piper, Atlanta Inquirer. Coach, as you know, number one offense against the number one defense. What do you guys have to do against them to make sure that clash of strengths goes to your advantage?
Well, they're very good. They're going to play exceptionally hard. I'm not oblivious to think that we won't turn the ball over a few times. You've got to be very decisive in your decisions. You've got to be ball tough. You got two guys in their guards that do a great job of raking, taking it out of your hands. They're in constant rotation. You can't do the same thing every time. They'll sit on it after a time or two. So, and then you've got to try to avoid the pick sixes. Take the 5-second count if you're in trouble. Punt it 24 rows up into the stands. Just don't jump up in the air and throw it and let them get an uncontested layup that we can't defend on our end. So they're good, and then we've got to we've just got to be decisive in our decision making.
Just right behind him there, Coach.
Brazil and New York Post. Brett, what was your reaction to the accusations, and then your reaction to the court proceedings that allowed Terrence to come back?
Yeah, I mean, I've said it many times. I'm a college basketball coach, and when we found out, it was our athletic director, Josh Whitman, informed me. Then it was to a decision that was made by the university, and then obviously taken to the courts. And I've said all along I was going to coach the guys I had in the locker room. I was going to be the best supporter of those guys that I coach every day, and we had to find a way to flourish through those tough times. And then when he came back and joined us, he was a part of our team again. He's always been a great teammate, and so we got him back, and here we sit today.
Coach, right here in the middle.
Hi, Coach. Marley Weirda with 7 News in Boston. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
I think part of the novelty of the tournament is getting to see your path, find out where you might be playing, what cities you get to go to. What's the excitement of playing in Boston, playing in a city like this where it's known for sports and being as iconic as it is, and also getting to play on the Sweet 16 stage?
Well, I think there's a lot of things to that question. One, you're in the Sweet 16. You're in one of the premier sporting events in all the world, and then you get to do it here in Boston, and all you got to do is look up at the rafters, and you're doing it in I don't know. You start looking up through 57 or 59, and all the consecutive world championships, and know what this city is about in terms of basketball. Larry Bird and Red Auerbach and Bill Russell, and you just, John Havlicek, you just keep going right on down the list, and those are all names that are synonymous with the greats, and so it's great that it's here in Boston. It's in this iconic building and place, and it coincides with the fact the Celtics are really good again this year, but we're doing it in the Sweet 16, and so really excited about all that.
Go ahead.
Alec Bussey, 24/7 Sports. Nice to see you again, Coach. Obviously, Iowa State puts a ton of pressure on the ball. How do you prepare for that this week in practice?
Well, we've got a pretty good one. Sincere Harris is a pretty good defender, so we get to see that. But you can't replicate truly their athleticism. King, all those guys up front are so athletic and quick. But you talk about doing certain things and creating certain habits and being ball tough. But we've got to apply all those things tomorrow. But I think we can. With Draven and with Sincere, we can get after the ball pretty good in practice, but it is a little different when you got size and length like that up front coming.
Your front right, Coach.
Hey, Brad, can you speak to the challenges of your coaching staff and also yourself with preparing for the Sweet 16 matchup, but also navigating the transfer portal as well?
Yeah, I spent all morning on the portal, believe it or not. So, I don't know. It's unfortunate timing, I think. It is what it is. It was the calendar was put in place for a reason. I spent late into last night again on Iowa State and got up early this morning and prepped for practice and our workout today, and then had to work on the portal. And we know what we're losing. In terms of guys eligibility wise, and so you're out making those calls, and there's no rest in that. It's when the season's over, it gets amped up even more. I mean, there's no downtime. It is crank it up. So our staff's working hard at that. We're paying attention daily to what's going on in the portal, and if you're not, you're probably falling behind.
Are you in the middle, Coach?
Brad, on the note of the portal, you brought in transfers and they've had a lot of success. Guys, this year, Alfonso Plummer on the Big Ten title team. Why do you think it is that you've been able to get the most out of those guys? What is it about Illinois as a program that allows them to play their best basketball?
I think we've been really honest with them. I don't think we've tried to identify. I think we've tried very hard to identify high character guys that fit. I think we've tried to find out guys that have specific needs to what we're looking for. And then it's been a great match. It's been a marriage that's worked both ways. And I think when you're honest with guys, you're not telling them you're going to make them a lottery pick, or when they're coming from wherever. You're honest with them and tell them how they fit and what the pieces are. There's no surprises. And so it's we've got a great situation. We've had success. And I think that there are people out there who want to be a part of that.
Time for two more with Pete here.
Brad, Pete Thamel from ESPN. Charlie Baker, the NCAA president, came out this morning advocating against prop betting on individual players in college athletics games, and said they were going to move forward to try to make that illegal. I'm wondering, as a coach, if that's something you'd support.
100%. We have competitive integrity, and I think that's the one thing that we can never jeopardize. I think in the Big Ten we've been very, very proactive in terms of putting out an injury report before games to help protect student athletes and coaches. And I'm a big fan of that. I would hate to see the day where nobody jumps for the jump ball because of a prop bet. And to me, that's the greatness of college athletics is the competitive integrity that we have, and we should be able to keep that.
We're here to the right, Coach.
Matt Rybeltowski with Forbes Sports Money. Based on your comments there on integrity, how serious are point-shaving allegations across the sport? And in light of the Temple investigation, did that set off red flags for you and other coaches in the community there when that report came out a few weeks ago?
Well, I think you'd be buried in a hole if you weren't paying attention to what goes on. I think that speaking personally, we've got a athletic administration has educated, worked as hard as they can work in helping us as coaches educate our student athletes on it. I think that it's real in terms of it's something that if you don't address it, shame on you. I think that's all we can do is keep talking about it, keep trying to educate our student athletes on what's out there and what's surrounding them. But I know personally we do an incredible job of talking to our student athletes about all those experiences, and you hate to hear when it happens, but again, we're going to do everything at the University of Illinois we can do to try to educate our people about it.
We have time for one more if there's out there. All set?
Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck tomorrow, Coach.
Thank you.
In about a minute or so, we will be joined by student athletes Marcus Domask, Quincy Guerrier, and Coleman Hawkins.
Good. How are you? Let's get this switched up for it. Is there any way we can rearrange the name?
Sure. Yeah. Go for it. Superstitious?
A little bit.
That's cool. All right. Whenever you guys are settled, we'll open up the floor to some questions. Right here in the middle. All right.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. For any of you guys, how would you just describe the way Terrence has played for the last, I guess, month? The Big Ten tournament, NCAA tournament, just like what's been like watching his performance?
Personally, I think it's been great. I think he's done a great job of just being a dominant player. I feel like a lot of times it gets tough in the postseason because everybody knows your actions, but we've been keeping everything pretty simple, and he's done a great job of being a reliable source to go out and score at any given moment, you know, whether a play breaks down or not, and seeing his speed, his physicality, dominate matchups it's been really great to see for sure.
Question in the back right.
Joey Wagner, 24/7 Sports. This is for both Quincy and Marcus. Illinois has had a tradition a little bit of having transfers come in here and really thrive. So what is it about the program or the coaching staff that allows you guys to have this level of success coming in here?
Yeah, I mean, I think the culture. When I first got here, just everybody was always in the gym. We set our standards for the year too, and you know, we really just make sure that we were respecting those standards, and I think that's why I really translate our success to those standards.
Yeah, I think, you know, Coach just leaves no confusion on what's expected. You know, as a one-year guy, you don't have a long time to kind of figure it out, and he leaves no confusion. And then, you know, in the portal, he kind of talks about it. So it's kind of appealing as a one-year guy that to see the success that other guys have had and the way that Coach uses us.
Right here in the middle, fellas.
Derek Piper, Atlanta Inquirer. This is for Coleman. Obviously, you guys are the #1 offense in the country. They're the #1 defense in the country. What has to happen for you to make sure the battle of strengths goes in your advantage?
I think the biggest thing is keeping it simple. I think not trying to hit home runs, you know, making the extra pass, and then being what we talk about, ball tough, is a big key. You know, live ball turnovers for them lead to buckets. They score a lot off of those turnovers. Those you know, Coach uses the term pick sixes. So limiting those, being ball tough, making simple plays, stepping up and knocking down open shots because they're gonna come. They're gonna those open shots are gonna come when you know, they double team the booty ball offense that we have, and you know, stepping up, making those shots, not turning the ball over is our key to success for sure.
Guys, right here in the middle to the right.
For Coleman and Marcus, Alec Bussey, 24/7 Sports. Good to see you again, Coleman.
Yes, sir.
Coach talked about how impactful Sincere Harris and Dre Gibbs-Lawhorn have been in helping you guys prepare for Iowa State's ball pressure. Can you guys just speak to what they've done in practice to maybe make you uncomfortable heading into Thursday's game?
Yeah, I think Sincere does a great job. You know, at times he runs around and does his own thing, but you know, when he's giving us great looks, him and Dre, offensively and defensively, just crawling up in us, making our catches tough, and just trying as best as possible to simulate those defensive coverages and you know, trying to replicate how hard teams play. And you know, Sincere is always guarding Terrence and Marcus every day. Same thing with Dre. And then offensively, you know, making us work extremely hard in practice. Sometimes, you know, I hate guarding Sincere because he's like going full speed and I'm at like 50% still trying to get warmed up, and it's like the first drill and he's already trying to like serve you and make you look stupid. But no, they do a great job of just bringing the energy and intensity and making us work hard. And not only them two, but the whole entire scout team for sure.
Annie Costable from the Chicago Sun-Times. This question's for Marcus. I'm curious how your 4 years at Southern Illinois prepared you and shaped you, got you ready for this final year that you're having with Illinois.
Yeah, you know, I think I came from a really good program. You know, I have a lot of respect for Coach Mullins and the way he ran things and just the way he coached me. I think he did a really good job of just preparing me player development-wise and, you know, as a leader to kind of come in and make an impact in obviously the one-year situation. So yeah, I think SIU does stuff at a high level compared to most mid majors. Through conversations I've had with other people, I've learned that, and I think he as a coach just really helped me understand the game and understand how to come in and impact.
John Fanta from Fox Sports. Marcus, kind of coming off of that, you obviously have an envisionment of what you're going to be at Illinois coming into things, but everything happened so quickly in the portal. What have you found out about this place, this coaching staff, your teammates, that's made this a perfect fit for you?
I think, just the way that Coach Underwood kind of treats us. He treats us, more as a professional team than a college team. We're an older team, and he allows us to be more player-led than coach-led, I think, and he gives us that leeway to kind of control our own destiny and how we operate some things, and he puts a lot of trust in us. So I think just, the trust he's put in us just kind of reflects our trust in him, and it's just kind of a two-way street.
John, go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead, John. Yeah.
Just a quick follow-up. Coleman, the two guys to your left, there's that dynamic with programs of guys who are back versus guys who come in. Why have they fit so well?
I think they're just being asked to do. It's not like they're being asked to do too much or something they can't do. I think Quincy's done a great job of spacing the floor, knocking down open shots, being aggressive when he needs to be, offensive rebounding well, and that's what coaches told him to do. And then Marcus has done a great job embracing the role of the booty ball offense and taking his time and just being stronger than most guards. Powering through. Just using stuff that he works on every single day. So I think just their opportunity and embracing the roles that they've been asked to do has been great, and it's worked out well. And it's kind of morphed us into what we are today, which is the #1 offensive team in the country. So,
Quincy, anything on that? All right, we'll go right in front, right?
Brian Antique, CSM Sports. This question's for Marcus and for Quincy.
All right. Sorry.
Oh, you good, man? So just a quick question for you guys. So Brad, obviously, he gets at Terrence about not hitting the defensive boards. Could you just guys talk about just the importance of him doing that and what it does for the offense?
I mean, yeah, when he defensive rebound, our offense is way better. We run in transition, we push the ball, and we don't need him to defensive rebound tomorrow because they're a really good team. They're crushing the boards at 4 and 5 are really good, so the guard's going to have to come help us and get rebounds. But like I just said, when Terrence is rebounding, our offense is two different things.
Yeah, I think, rebounding is a big emphasis that coach has had since the summer. He definitely gets on Terrence a lot, just because with Terrence's, athletic ability, when he rebounds and we get on transition, we're just a different team. So, coach's ability to kind of press the buttons on what he sees and what players can be better at, I think is just really good.
Thanks, guys. Back right here.
Mike Abelson, New Hampshire Union leader. Quincy, for you, what type of performance do you have to have tomorrow for you to consider yourself to have had a successful game against the Cyclones?
Just focusing on rebounding and my defense. Got to be really aggressive, knock down shots. But it's going to be all about the team. I think if we communicate, we stay connected, and we're aggressive defensively and we rebound, we'll have no trouble to win the game.
Right here to the left.
Yeah, Kevin Sweeney, SI. For Marcus, obviously your post-up game, it's something you were able to do at Southern Illinois, but where does that come from? Like, how did you develop such a advanced, low post game as a guard, and how has that benefited you at the highest level?
I give my dad a lot of credit. My dad coached me ever since I was super young. And he always kind of talked to me. A phrase he always used was, "There's two positions. You're either on the bench or on the court." And he always just talked about how you want to be able to do as many things as possible to stay on the court, and just be versatile, And obviously I have some size, so I think he just did a really good job of coaching me in all assets of the game, and just, I think that was just one thing that, he really coached me in.
Here to the right.
Scott Ritchie, Champaign News Gazette for Quincy. I know we kind of talked Saturday about your last Sweet 16 experience, and you haven't been in Boston long, but just kind of you compare that year in Indy and the bubble to now, just kind of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's two different things. I remember during COVID year in the morning we had to wake up, go get COVID tests. We're in a hotel, couldn't go out. Now I feel like I can enjoy more the experience because we're traveling. We got more time for us. We got time to like go to places and stuff. But just like I said, really grateful to be in that position right now.
Awesome. We have time for probably two more if they're out there. Any other questions? Go ahead, Cut.
I guess for any of you guys, it's just kind of a late tip time, 10 p.m. local time. Like, what do you do all day to, I guess, stay ready for that?
Nap a little, take a nap before the game, a few hours before the game. That's for me.
Anyone else?
No. Yeah, I'll take a nap. We'll obviously get up and have shoot around, so we kind of get our bodies moving, get our minds going, and then take a nap, and then next thing you know, it's game time.
Take one more in the middle here.
For any guys, I know that after getting the Sweet 16, you said that this wasn't the goal, that you guys were obviously hungry for more. Do you feel like that has been shown in the lead up, the practices, that you guys got that hunger and desire that you want?
Yeah, we've been practicing really hard. I feel like everybody's locked in. We're having fun too. I think that's really important for us to have fun and just to be dialed in on the scouting report. But everybody's been tremendous, and the coaching staff as well.
Anyone else? We'll take one more here, and I'll let you guys head back.
Yeah, Robert Rosenthal, line board. Coleman, this is for you. I don't believe Coach Underwood pushed in his chair when he left a little bit ago, and I'm curious if you have a reaction to that.
That's disrespectful. Is this his chair right here?
I think Marcus is sitting in it.
We'll let him know next time. It won't happen again, I swear.
All right, guys, thanks for your time. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Just in closing here, Hammond Communications will post a recording of this presser. Oh boy, there you go. Raised them right. All right. Hammond Communications will post a recording of this press conference to NCAA Media Hub, NCAA.com, NCAA.veritone.com. Transcripts provided by ASAP will be posted shortly. Thank you for joining us. The next session will be at 3:05, the Student Athletes of Iowa State. Thank you. Clearly I'm missing something.